Hey guys, my name is Jack Tor and welcome to my YouTube channel. Okay guys, namaste. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a different one. We're not traveling around to a new place. We're actually interviewing a very, very interesting person and a good friend of mine, Meg Rai. So, for those of you who don't know, Meg joined me on my journey to a rural village in Koh Tang, and that was the last 4 videos on my channel. I began to realize on this trip to the village that Meg had a story, and his story was very inspiring and motivative. So I decided to interview Meg and share his story with all of you. From being at his lowest point as a homeless street kid to being at the point where he's about to build his own tiny house in Kathmandu. So yeah, come with me today as we share the story of Meg Rai from homeless to homeowner.
Okay, so first of all, namaste to all. This is me, Megraj Rai, and I'm very thankful to Jack to give me this opportunity to sharing my experience. So today I'm gonna share my experience about life.
When you were 10, you left your village to go with your uncle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lived with my uncle almost 4 years, I think.
So the reason why Meg left his village to go with his uncle is that in the village there's not much opportunity. And one day his uncle came to the family and said, "I'm leaving for the city and I can only take one child." And they gave Meg as he was the eldest of the family. So Meg went with his uncle to the city to learn in a better school, learn more Nepali language as he only knew Rai local language, and as well as English.
This struggling phase, as you know, if you go to toilet, they're slapping you without any reason. If you go somewhere, if you go to like canteen, some boys they come and slapping without. It's like so struggling, right? There is no one to like care about you.
Now after 4 years, Meg left his uncle's home, went back to the village, and after a few days at the village, he ran away from home. And he sold a phone that his mum gifted him for 5,000 rupees. He used that money to then get on a bus and journey for 7 hours before a police checkpoint stopped them and turned the bus back around as it didn't have papers to enter in the city. Meg then walked for 2 hours to the city. He was very dirty, in oversized clothing, and from that moment, he was a street kid.
Like I'm automatically like a street kid, right? Because there is nothing.
Meg was on the street and had to survive for himself. After wandering the street for some time and trying to work out his place, he was very confused about the city. No one understood him as he was speaking his local Rai language and also Nepali.
And I'm be like, I don't have any idea about the city's lives, how they are talking and how the people are behaving. So it's very kinda hard for me, and the peoples are bullying me. They are bullying me and they punch me in my face without doing anything.
So once Meg found his place, he found a hotel that he could work at. So when you worked in the hotels, Meg, when you were younger, right? You were telling me you worked in a hotel and they said that they would pay you, was it 2,000 for the month or something very small, 1,000 or something, but they never paid you, right?
No, it's like when I'm applying for the job as a like waiter, the job center took my 3,000 my money, and they hire me as a waiter in the hotel, and we will pay you after a month. But the hotel owner didn't pay me.
And your village only got power 4 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So before that, you couldn't talk to your mother on the phone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there was what, like 4 years where you didn't speak to your mom?
Yeah.
Fast forward a little bit, and Meg got to meet up with an uncle who was a film director, and Meg got to work with him, eat with him, and also sleep in his house, where he also got paid nice money. From there, Meg was able to rent a room and then start his adventures on YouTube and build up a career to where he is today. And Meg, now you've got to the stage of your life where you have some good sponsors from overseas because of your work that you've done. Now you're planning to build a tiny house, right? Here in Kathmandu, which is amazing and something that many young people could dream of doing, right? So tell us about your plan for this tiny house.
I'm planning to build like this. I just add this bed and like this, like this. I just doing from there to there.
Yep. Okay, so right now we're just touring around where Meg's going to build his house within, I would say, the next 6 months. And so this is land in Kathmandu, believe it or not, which is amazing. All here is where Meg's house will be when he builds this, but he'll demolish this house because it's made from bamboo, it's not that strong, and he'll use all of steel to do that. So this is where your land's going to be.
Yeah. I just removed this one and I built a tiny house here.
Wow. How much will it roughly cost, and what's your plan for this tiny house?
Okay, I talk about so much about this tiny house, but it's still, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So this land is rented for 10 years, I think. My uncle rented it, and uncle, my auntie gave me a permission to build a tiny house, and I'm going to build this for my brothers, my younger brothers and sisters, because you know I have 4 brothers and younger sisters. So I'm the elder one, that's why it's my responsibility to build something to easier for them. It costs around 1,50,000 Nepali rupee, and I have 70,000 collection. And and I'm working as a graphic designer after taking computer classes.
Through your life, you've went through some struggles, from coming from the village to then going to the city. The city is so new, people are bullying you. You've went from a relative's house to a relative's house. You've lived in hotels. You've moved all around here and there. It's very stressful. It's sometimes very even scary. You don't know when your next paycheck will come in, right? But from all of this, what advice and what have you learnt to tell the people of Nepal? What motivation can you give them?
To my young brothers and sisters, life is not easy for everyone, you know, right? So I experienced a lot of things, as like the people seems me it's so easy, my life is so easy, there is no problems, because family problems kills you silently. Just hustle, keep passion. So many people are said to me, you don't have a passion to do something, but yeah, I have. Then I also suggest you keep hustling, keep moving. Education is not everything. You need to develop skills, right? If you have a skill, you can do own by yourself. You don't need to job, you don't need to namaste with someone. You just need to beg to job. Build a skill, okay? If you are in 11 and 12 level, this is the best time for you to work on your skill. Okay. Yeah, that's all. Thank you so much.
So thank you.
Thank you so much.
So there you go. That is the story of Meg Rai. From a homeless street kid to now in the process of building his own home. It truly shows that anything can be done with determination, motivation, willpower, and a little bit of luck. So I hope you've liked today's video. It's definitely a different one. Please like, share, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. As always guys, keep it real. Cheers.